Puff, puff. Poof, poof. The sound is the recipe. Sweet fried dough, golden and round. From Lagos, the roaring heart of Nigeria, where the Yoruba, have fried these little clouds for as long as anyone can remember. This is celebration in the palm of your hand. No party in Nigeria is complete without puff-puff. The aunties at every owambe, every great Yoruba feast, will guard their batter like a secret. They will tell you it is all in the wrist, in the squeeze, in knowing the very moment the oil is ready. What looks like a simple fried ball is really a small act of love. Here, we make it with care. Servings, 6. 15 minutes to mix, an hour to rise, and only minutes in the oil. 3 cups of all-purpose flour, half a cup of granulated sugar, 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast, half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 1/2 cups of warm water, and 4 cups of oil for the frying. We begin in a wide bowl. 3 cups of flour, half a cup of sugar, the yeast, a whisper of nutmeg, just half a teaspoon, and the same of salt. Whisk them together, dry, until they become one. This is the quiet part. The waking of the yeast is still to come. Now, the water, warm but never hot, poured in slowly, a little at a time, and mix with your hand or a wooden spoon. Feel the batter come together, loose and smooth and stretchy. Not a dough you can hold, but a soft, living thing that clings to your fingers. Cover the bowl with a clean cloth and set it somewhere warm and quiet. And then you wait for a full hour. Inside, the yeast is breathing. The batter is rising, swelling to twice its size, filling with 1,000 tiny bubbles of air. This slow rise is what makes puff, puff, puff. When the hour is done, heat the oil. 4 cups in a deep pot over a medium flame until it reaches 350 degrees. Drop in a single bead of batter to test it. If it rises and sizzles gently to the top, the oil is ready. Listen for that soft, welcoming crackle. Now the secret of the shape. Scoop the risen batter in your hand and squeeze, letting a round ball push up between your thumb and finger. Flick it gently into the oil. And another. And another. Watch them bob and turn and swell to gold. 5 minutes rolling in the heat. When each one is deep, even brown, and puffed, lift them out with a slotted spoon. Let them rest on paper just for a moment. Golden, crisp on the outside, and when you tear one open, soft as a cloud within. Serve them warm. Puff-puff belongs to the whole of West Africa, but Nigeria loves it best. In Lagos, it is the everywhere food, sold from glass cases on the roadside, wrapped in paper, still warm from the oil. Across the region, it wears 100 names. Bofro, Bofrot in Ghana, Mikate further to the south. One simple joy in many tongues. The recipe is humble on purpose. Flour, sugar, yeast, and heat. For generations, fried dough like this has marked the good days across the Sahel. Sahel, and the forest, and the coast. It asks for nothing rare. It was always the treat that anyone could make. And so it became the treat that everyone did. Fried sweet dough travels the world and carries its history in the oil. Wheat and sugar came to these shores on the old trade winds, and the frying pans of many empires left their mark. But Puff-puff took the idea and made it wholly Nigerian, rounder, softer, and always tied to a gathering, a drumbeat, a reason to smile. Today, Puff-puff is the taste of every Nigerian celebration. Is passed on trays at weddings and christenings, piled high at the Owambe. Owambe. Shared warm among friends late into the night. It is the food of good news. To be handed a paper cup of Puff-puff is to be told the party has truly begun. Pile the warm golden balls into a bowl and dust them, if you like, with a little sugar. Let the steam rise from the first one you break open and taste the crisp, and then the soft, and then the sweet. Puff-puff is the rarest kind of recipe, one that has survived every hardship and every history by staying joyful and simple and cheap enough for everyone. It survives because it was never trying to be impressive. It was only trying to feed the people who loved it, and to turn an ordinary evening for a little while into a feast. And the table, at last, is set.